It's your Feel Good Breakfast show, and this morning we are talking finances, but financial planning for women 101 with human potential expert, speaker and author Nikki Bush. Now, although financial planning is a topic for everyone, we are looking at a particular group of people and giving them tips to empower themselves. Nikki, this is an important topic. I mean, coming from a home where my mom was a stay-at-home mom and my dad was the one dealing with the finances, I feel like I'm at the back foot when it comes to seeing a woman model being responsible with her own finances. What is it about this topic that hits home for you?
Zoe, it is so important because our financial planning is linked to our choice freedom as women. So if you want more choices, you need to take charge of your finances. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and this conversation is not financial advice. But I have some hard-won lessons that I have learnt really since I became a widow, a sole breadwinner, and a single mum, and took on the financial planning responsibility, because so often when we are the second salary, we don't take financial planning seriously. And I do coach upwardly mobile women, and often women who are promoted into leadership roles. And I often have this throwaway line when they leave me, and I say, so tell me about your financial plan. And they look at me and they say, but that's my partner's department, or that's my husband's department. And ladies, this is not a strategy. We need to be paying our future selves by having a financial plan for ourselves. So yes, you might have a family financial plan, but you also need to make sure that you are putting money away for yourself, and not just the leftover money, predetermined amounts of money.
Now, when you've put the spotlight on, mobily upwards women, and when they get promoted, they don't have that financial plan in place, where can they start when they now realize, hang on, I'm the person Nikki Bush is talking about, where do I begin?
Well, I'll tell you where I began. I decided that I needed to have an initial goal after my husband died, and that was if you have tax-free savings, there are lots of tax-free savings vehicles where you can put away, I think it's 36,000 Rand a year tax-free.
Yes.
Start there. And it is so easy to do. Ask a few questions. Really get yourself a financial advisor, though. I can honestly attest to that. Having somebody who will walk this journey with you, who will help you plan how you're going to save, how you're going to invest, how you're going to build up enough money to retire one day. That's paying your future self. And so that's where I started. So it's 2,700 Rand a month. And the trap that women often fall into, because we're so selfless, because of generations of conditioning to give ourselves to everybody else, including our money, is that we tend to only put aside what's left over at the end of the month. And that often lands up being nothing.
Yeah. Or you make excuses. You don't like, oh, this month was a bit tough, I had to pay this, this, and this next month. You keep making these promises to yourself.
And investing in yourself means investing every month, not every now and then, because you are worthy.
Now, this is where the question comes in. Debit order versus putting money away yourself. What would you?
The discipline of the debit order is what my financial advisor has taught me. And the incredible thing is, when it becomes a debit order arrangement, you earn enough to cover it. Just like you pay your electricity bill and your bond and things like that, because you have an expectation. And the discipline of the debit order is a mindset, and it's a commitment to self, a commitment to investing in you every single month, not with what's left over, but before what's left over.
Yes.
Because leftover often never happens.
That's true. Well, Nikki, thank you for joining us today. Of course, we're going to continue this conversation because it is a really important one, because we're putting the spotlight on women, and especially looking after themselves. Stay tuned. Nikki Bush will be with us. We'll see you right now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, and we are back on our couch with human potential expert, speaker, and author Nikki Bush. We are discussing putting women in the driver's seat of their own financial planning and financial future. It is a very important question, and this is also a very important conversation. Nikki, why is life better for women that have a financial plan in place?
When women have a financial plan, they are putting themselves center stage. They are not in the chorus as a supporting act. And many women fall into a trap, particularly if they're in a permanent relationship, of thinking they're playing second fiddle. And this is due to centuries of conditioning. You know, we carry with us all this old stuff. And we have to start investing in ourselves because we are our own best asset. And that means investing money in yourself, investing in your skills, your spirituality, your health, your body. All of those things are important because we're going to live a long time and we have to pay our future selves. And when women have a financial plan, they have more choice freedom. Choices come up. Do you want to give up a full-time job? Do you want to become an entrepreneur? If you've got a financial plan in place, you know your numbers. Maybe relationships are going to change in the future. Women who don't have a financial plan do not have choice freedom and often get stuck in relationships that are toxic. So there are just two examples.
Two of probably many examples. Now, Nikki, I'm guilty of this. Let's say you get a promotion or you earn a bigger salary. Then, of course, you go to the designer handbag, you spoil yourself with some new glasses. But I think you have something else you'd rather say.
Well, I do think that it is important that we do purchase the odd symbol of success, but let's not do so at the detriment of the financial planning. And I see many women who go out and buy the handbags, bigger houses, bigger cars, but they're not putting anything away for the future. And so the message is this: you need to buy the share, not the handbag, because when you are working for your money, you also need to have your money working for you in the background. And the longer your money works for you in stocks and shares and assets, the better you're going to retire, or you're going to have more options and choices in your life. So this is the message. We need to buy the share, not the handbag. By all means, buy the handbag if you can also afford the share.
Definitely.
But if it was a choice, you should go for a cheaper handbag and make sure you are putting that money into assets that are going to grow, because you only have so much time and so much energy. You need to get other things working for you.
You definitely need that. Now, Nikki, what is it about women that feel we get uncomfortable when we talk finances? What is it about our upbringing potentially, or our psyche around that?
Well, we haven't been brought up or educated in money terminology. So financial terminology is scary. We feel stupid. We don't want to ask questions because we might be embarrassed. But actually, one of the best things you can do is ask a lot of questions, which is why I say go and find yourself a financial advisor who can answer those questions and ask them to speak English. And I've had to get over the fear of the terminology. And that's why I say buy the share, not the handbag. That's English.
Yes.
Somebody else can put that in very, very financial terms, which might put you off, but it is actually as simple as that. So don't feel stupid. Rather empower yourself by asking more questions and ask for help. People are out there. There's so many knowledgeable people out there.
Definitely. And for those who want to find out more about your approach to buy the share, not the handbag, where can they find that?
They can find a full and detailed blog on nikkibush.com.
Well, Nikki, you've definitely given a lot of women some insight as to how they can take and empower themselves. What does it say about a woman that has a financial plan in place and is putting herself first? What does that say about her?
She's more centered. She's more grounded. She's holding her value, and she knows her worth. And I guess a really good line to end this interview off with is that you are worthy. So often women sit back and say, but I'm not worthy of this relationship. I'm not worthy of this job. I'm not worthy of investing in myself. Actually, you are. And it's shifting the narrative to say, I am worthy. And then you can commit to that discipline of the debit order and commit to buying the share, not the handbag.
Oh, well, Nikki, thank you so much for joining us today. And yes, you are worthy. Now, those are some wise words from our human potential expert, speaker, and author, Nikki Bush, sharing some very keen insights with us. But for more information, visit nikkibush.com.